Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I am Anna, and today we are going to be doing a warm and glowy kind of makeup look. We've got some sparkle going on the eyes, we've got glowy skin, and a glossy lip. Like, it's all the things glowy, sparkly, glossy today. So if you want to see how I got this look using the I Need a Warm palette, a new gloss from Huda Beauty, and testing out a few other products and just kind of seeing how they incorporate into my makeup and some thoughts and opinions in there on some various products, just go ahead and keep on watching. But before you do, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know down below some more fall makeup looks you would like to see. Is there a particular aesthetic you're drawn to? Anything with I Need a Warm that maybe speaks to you that you want to see incorporated? Let me know that as well. And yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and just get into the makeup. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I want to do warm and glowy. I want to take the glowy skin and freshness of that and put it with warm fall smoky eye. That's what I want to do. So let's get started. I've already got my brows filled in and yeah, ready to do a look. We got some nice tea here to drink, and I have a new lip gloss to show you from Huda Beauty that we'll be playing with today. So for the eyes, we are going to use the Natasha Denona I Need a Warm palette because, like I said, this is the palette that screams fall to me. This is like my top palette for the season. And to start things off, I'm going to go in with this eye crayon from Jane Iredale, one of the Color Luxe eye crayons in Americano. Oh, by the way, I did just post my fall edit if you're interested in that, and it's just pretty much talking about everything that I'm loving for the season, and this look is almost inspired by that. Okay, so we're gonna take this Color Luxe pencil here, crayon, and I'm gonna scribble that all over the lid. And gonna come up on the outer corner a bit. But yeah, going all over. And then I'm going to grab a fluffy brush and blend out the edges and soften everything up. And honestly, that's an easy smoky eye right there, done. You don't have to do anything else. Easy peasy, which I think I'll do a look on that. And this will also function as our base today. And kind of like a lid primer. So I didn't prime my lids. Just kind of went in. Didn't he? Just kind of forgot more than anything. All right, building up as needed. And this step doesn't have to be perfect because you're going to put eyeshadow over top. But if you were just doing the pencil on its own, you'd want to do a little more perfecting at this point, which is really easy to do with these Jane Iredale pencils. They're fabulous. All right, let's go to the palette here, and we're going to go into the shade. Let's do Flashover first, because I just really like this color. It's that Slip Cream formula. It's so nice. Just a pleasure to work with. So take a bit of that. And we'll start it right here. Now, just clean my brush off. Soften these edges. Then we'll take some Mellow. This Mellow just kind of gives everything a bit of a blend, like perfecting. It's just a perfect shade for this step right here. All right, I'm gonna take a little bit of Fervor. Just right out here. Bring in some nice warmth with that shade as well. All right, I'm gonna go to a smaller brush. I'm gonna take some of Pep. And pop that right out here. Just for a little bit of depth. on the outer corner, which I love. Gives the eye a little bit of lift. And then on the lid, I'm gonna take some of the shade called Push. To bring in that glow. It's so pretty. This is such a good shade. And I'm just gonna let that diffuse. Up now a little bit. And then on the inner part, we can take a little bit of, either do, let's see, Fancy. Fancy's a little bit more of a soft champagne. We can take a little bit of Elm on the inner part here. Just to stay a little bit more on the golden side of things. Warm. Okay. And now, I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit on the lower lash line with that pencil. Like that. And I'm going to diffuse that. Alright, taking a Q-tip and just tidying up right here. Okay. Ooh, pretty. Liking the way this is looking. Alright, I'm gonna go across the lower lash line with a bit of pep. Now, let's move on to the face and then we'll come back and finish the eyes up. So since we were going kind of glowy on the skin, I want it to be a bit of a controlled glow. I don't want crazy glow everywhere. So what I'm gonna do is actually use a primer in the T-zone that has a little bit more of a mattifying effect, and then on the rest of the face we use something kind of glowy. Now you can use something like Lumi Glotion or Flawless Filter from Charlotte Tilbury, anything like that. So what I'm going to do is actually take some of the Yummy Skin water powder serum. Again, product I'm testing, I'm not 100% on it, but it does kind of mattify. So what we do is focus that into the T-zone, where I don't want glow. Or the least amount of glow, rather. Right, like the pore areas. And anything that you prefer that has a bit of a matte feel, be perfect in this method. Like, we're mixing our glowy and our matte products today for the controlled glow. Let that kind of hang out and dry on the skin like it is supposed to and do its magic. And we'll go ahead and put some Flawless Filter on the high points and perimeter. So I like to put a little bit here and here. And I'm just going to blend that out. I'm going to do a little bit of cream bronze with the Milani Liquid Contour and Honey. So close to being done with this. Almost done. So I'm going to go ahead and do this real quick and just give myself a little bit of sculpt. Alright, some nice general warmth from that and a little tiny bit of sculpting. Nothing super major from that. I still don't think we look very matte, do we? I really can't like, it feels powdery, but it doesn't look it. I don't know if that Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin water powder is quite weird. Like, it feels matte, but it doesn't look matte, and to me it doesn't really do a whole lot of smoothing or anything. I don't know. I don't think it's worth the price. I love Danessa, love her to death, but that's really not it. Not it for me. I mean, I guess it's kind of matte in the T-zone, but you know, I don't know. I've used more impressive mattifying products, I think, in my day. All right, now let's do some liquid blush. I'm gonna go with the Lumi liquid blush in True Rose, which has some warmth in it and some glow. So we'll get a little bit of highlight and glow from this as well. Go ahead and pop a little bit of this on. And since I'm kind of underpainting, I'm just gonna go straight onto the skin with it. Not kinda, I am underpainting today. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pop it on like that, and we will buff it out. And not gonna be super shy with it today. And underpainting is really good if you have a bit of an oilier skin type, or you find that like your blush and color products disappear throughout the day on you. Doubling them up and like underpainting with them really helps with longevity. And you kind of, it's like having an extra layer under there. So when one thing does kind of wear away, you've got the other one. And it works. It helps with longevity so much. And to me, it has a very natural look to it. Even though it seems like it should look like you're doing more and have more makeup on, because you're using technically multiple more products on your face, but you're using such a small amount of each product. It just works. It works. So now I have some very blushy cheeks, but don't worry, because again, underpainting, it's all gonna come together. So now, what I like to do is go ahead and take my concealer, do a little combo for my concealer of the e.l.f. Flawless Brightening Pen, I think is what this is called, and a little bit of Kosas concealer. We'll do a little sandwich of both of those. So I'm gonna take a bit of the Kosas. It's surprising how long this little guy has lasted me. Surprisingly, a lot of product in here. Right here, where I tend to need the most coverage. Like lightening up. Bit center of the nose. Alright, I'm gonna buff that out. Yeah, honestly, I think my pores might look worse today. Like it actually looks kind of dry there. Interesting. I'm still kind of testing that product. Trying to wrap my head around it. Yeah, it looks a bit cakey and dry today with that. Weird. Because I've had some days where I think it looks good. Again, today is not one of those days. Yep, just looks a bit dry around my nose. Yeah, I know it's not the Kosas concealer because I use it all the time. So the only thing that's different is that water powder. Anyway, I'm gonna take a little bit of the e.l.f. Flawless Brightening Pen just for a little extra brightness. Now we'll do a little bit of foundation, just a very light amount, because we don't need a whole lot more going on, because that kind of took care of a lot of the coverage, those products. So I'm going to take a little bit of the Maybelline Superstay 24-Hour Skin Tint, and this does have a bit of radiance to it, so I think it'll be nice with this. And I'm going to apply it very lightly. The pretty light hand. This minimal amount of product. Yeah, I feel like I can see my pores like big time right there. What is that about? I don't love that part of the complexion. Power on. Because I mean, it's not that big a deal. I still think the skin has a nice fresh look to it, so that's good. You see, we can still see a little bit of our blush and bronze coming through, and all of that we did with the liquid steps, they're just kind of a little bit taken back and muted a bit. And yeah, now I'm gonna go ahead and set down everything with powder. For powder today, I'm gonna use my Lottie London pink powder. This is a super mattifying powder, and this will really help with that. And then we'll take a glowy powder as a finishing powder around the rest of the face. Go ahead and just set right along under here and press this into the T-zone and hope that kind of smooths those pores out as well. Sometimes that can help. Yeah, it helps a little bit there. A little bit smoother looking. A little more matte. So that's what I was going for. Alright. Now, what we're going to do is go ahead and do some powder bronzer to kind of bring everything together. And for that, I'm going to use the NYX Buttermelt Bronzer because this does have a little bit of glow to it and can be really pretty with this look. Just a little bit on the forehead. And apply this over where we put the liquid contour, or liquid bronze rather. And I like to do a bit of a patting motion. Not a slight, very light buffing motion. Mostly a patting motion is what I prefer. And soften that edge out. Kind of just let it flow. This also gives a bit of lift as well. And let me jump back to the lower lash line real quick. Make sure everything looks blended and how I want it to look under there. I do think I want to pull just a little bit of, let's do some ripe. And just soften that out. Give it any harshness. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put on some mascara, touching my brows, and we'll be back for the final touches. See you in just a second. Brows are touched up and some mascara is applied. For mascara, I used the L'Oreal Panorama today. And I filled in my freckle because I think it makes the makeup look a little lighter on the skin. So let's do some blush. I am looking awfully matte, more from my actual Lottie London powder than it is from the Danessa Myricks. So anyway, so what I'm going to do is take my, for blush, I want to go with a glowy blush. So I'm thinking this one because I wanted also a very toasty blush. So this is Feelin' Butta from NYX Buttermelt Blush. I'm going to take a little bit of this. Bring in some of that toasty glow. This pairs beautifully with that liquid blush we used today, the Lemmy True Rose. Whatever's left, I'm just going to dust a little onto the forehead, nose, and chin. Gives a bit more of a natural appearance to the face. I'm going to do a touch of highlighter. We're going to use the Infallible highlighter from L'Oreal with a super light hand because this is a pretty intense highlighter. So I'm just going to take a little bit on a fluffy brush here. I actually just cleaned off my eyeshadow brush. I'm just going to put it right here, a bit onto the brow bone. Strategic Glow. Right, and to finish off the skin, I'm going to take some Laura Geller. This is the Baked Balance and Glow Illuminating Foundation, and this is the shade Medium. This is a medium, light to medium coverage product, supposedly. Is it? And it's very glowy. So this one is the original like foundation formula with stripes of their baked highlighter through it. I don't know which is running through this one. I think it's probably French vanilla, I want to say. Anyway, we're going to take this with a light hand, actually, as a finishing powder on a large fluffy brush. And what we can do is take a little bit, just a small amount. And you can kind of do this anywhere that you want to add some glow. You don't have to use the giant brush. I just like to do the giant brush kind of on the perimeter of the face, and I feel like it just, using this as kind of a finishing powder really looks beautiful. I wouldn't use this as a foundation, I would use it for this. Now I haven't tried her original formula. It may perform differently, but I would not personally use this as just a foundation on its own. It just, it's a bit too glowy for my opinion, for my tastes. But it gives a wonderful glow on the perimeter of the face and kind of a natural look to the skin if you're feeling too matte. And this is actually my friend Claire's, and she's a bit more tan than me, which is, most humans are more tan than me, so she's in the shade Medium, but I think it looks really kind of nice. It gives me a little bit more of a healthy look to my face if I adjust a little bit on the light hand. But I do want to do like an actual foundation review and like wear test with this, just so you can see how it performs, because I do see it for sale, and you know, I hear so many great things about Laura Geller. But, yeah, that one, that might not be it for me, this powder, except as like a finishing powder in this way, where I'm wanting to bring some glow back in because the other powder I used was quite mattifying. And of course, you can always take some setting spray to kind of revive the skin, particularly if you've used a very mattifying powder or a lot of powder. So we'll do a touch of that. I'm going to use the Urban Decay All Nighter with hyaluronic acid. A couple spritzes of that and let that dry down. And while that is drying down, let's do lips. So lips is where this look is going to really kind of shine and come together and be bold. I'm going to take this lip liner from MAC called Chestnut, and we're pairing it up with this lip gloss from Huda Beauty. This is one of her faux filler lip glosses. I don't know the shade name because I cannot see it. It is very small and like, come on, who could see that? I'll put it on the screen what it is. Now, this is actually a really nice feeling component. It's pretty weighty and like very, very good, like sturdy feel. This does not feel cheap. And it looks very nice. I picked this shade. They sent it to me and I thought this was just a pretty brown. I love a brown gloss. Now what I will say about this formulation is it's a bit sticky. She is a bit sticky, but it does hang around a while on the lips. Anyway, I'm gonna line my lips with Chestnut. This is probably the darkest brown lip gloss that I have. Like, I have a lot of brown lip glosses, but none are like as dark as this one. It's a bit cool on the lips, like cool toned. It's really pretty. Really pretty color. So anyway, that's what the applicator looks like. It's quite pointed. It has a bit of a reservoir in it. Okay. And this is a pretty pigmented gloss. It definitely makes your lips look full and kind of juicy and all of that good stuff. She's quite thick and a little sticky. they don't have a good taste. Like there's no flavor whatsoever or scent or anything. They're just kind of like a plastic taste. Hit you. Don't love that. Don't love that, and I don't love the stickiness. But I really like the color and I like the way it looks on the lips. So yeah, that's the new Huda Faux Filler Lip Gloss. Have you guys tried her faux filter or faux something, faux skin, whatever? Her new foundation. Everybody's fussing about the packaging looking cheap. Because it kind of does. I get it, I get it. It's for travel and keeping it from breaking and all that, but it's gonna look a little cheap. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on it below if you've tried it out. Is it worth checking out? Because apparently people are raving about it. And this could use maybe a little vanilla flavor or something happening, because it's just a chemical taste is all you're getting, and it's like, ugh, not the best. Now, it doesn't feel stingy or plumping or anything like that. Like, it doesn't have any burning sensation. None of that happens with this gloss. It just looks really juicy and pretty on the lips. Like, you see how it kind of gets rid of any look of lines and stuff. It fills them out some. So I kind of see why she calls it a faux filler, because it does give a bit of fullness and smoothing to lips. Alright, anyways, this is our look for today complete. Let me know how you feel about like a glowy complexion for fall, because I feel like as we move into these cooler months, we tend to want to reach for matte products, even though that's the time of the year that maybe our skin might need the more dewy hydrating products. Also, do you want to see a video on how to get like flawless, a little bit more poreless glowy skin? Because today we did not achieve that, but I was experimenting with some products today. So do you want to see a video on like a flawless glowy skin? Because that I can definitely do and would love to do, because that's my favorite, one of my favorite complexions. Like I prefer like just a creamy complexion, as I call it, where it looks hydrated and fresh, but it's not like shimmery, but there's like a dewiness to it. Like today, we are glowy. We are definitely glowy. And I want everything to kind of feel that way today, with the glossy lip and the shimmery eye. It was a vibe I was going for. Let me know your thoughts on that below. And do you want to see some more fall makeup? Because girl, you know I want to do more fall makeup. And I will. Who we kidding? Do you want to see more looks with I Need a Warm? Let me know, because this is kind of my go-to fall palette, really. I'm loving the looks I'm able to create with it, because they have a softness to them. They have a glitz and a sparkle. They fit my dark academia vibe really well. And I love that. So yeah, anyway. I also want to do a look on how to do a very simple, easy smoky eye with just crayons. So that will be coming your way as well. Alright, that's all for today. Thank you for hanging out with me. Let me know your thoughts on all of that below, and I will see you in the next one. Stay safe. Bye now.